Griffiths Gnat today. This is a fire hole stick barbless dry hook in size 14, and this is 6/0 black thread. Now I'm going to start this wire, I'm going to tie it in so the tip of the wire extends about 2 eyes behind the hook eyes behind the actual hook eye, just to keep it sort of out of the way. Next I'm going to tie in some peacock curls. I'll do 3 here. I'm just trimming the butts off so they're all kind of going to be neat and in line, and I'm going to tie them similar distance forward as the wire, but on the other side of the hook, to try and kind of build a bit of shape into the fly before we get going. And the last thing we're going to tie in at this initial stage, I've got just some hackle. You could use any coloured hackle, ginger hackle. I'm using white here as like a bit of a midge look here. I'm going to tie the hackle stem in, and once again I'm tying it in sort of perpendicular to the hook so I can just start immediately wrapping in the direction that I want. And so I bind that hackle stem down at 90 degrees and I get my thread right up the front. So the first thing to wrap is the peacock curls. I do a wrap behind the hackle and then the rest in front, and I work them all the way up to where we just started that. Sorry, where we finished the materials there. Still leaving a little bit of space for a head on the fly. I'll tie that off like that. Cut the materials off. Next step is to grab the hackle and then sort of palmer this forward right up to the top. And something I see a lot of people do, which I think is a nice thing, is start to tighten up the wind as you get towards the front and make that sort of the actual front of the fly. And if you get any misplaced wraps, you can always go back and undo them a bit. You know, you're in control of this. And still leaving a little bit of space up the front, I'm going to tie off behind with the hackle, preen all the fibres back and tie off in front as well, and that kind of is already building a nice head on the fly. And then I've got the wire here. This is sort of a reinforcement. I just kind of work this forward. You can just give it a little wiggle to get it past all the fibres that you've got, all the hackle fibres, just so you're not trapping any when you get up the front. Tie that off, a couple in front, a couple behind. Then you're going to support the hook, support your thread. I'll just sort of move this around, helicopter it off. And to finish up, and a whip finish. Just do a couple in that, and you can kind of preen the fibres back as you whip finish, and hopefully that pulls them out so you don't get any forward projecting fibres. But that is a basic Griffiths Gnat dry